everyone. Thank you for tuning in for this session, and we welcome you for this Ask Me Anything series, especially for International Women's Day episode. My name is Vincent Loh, and I will be your host tonight, and together with my colleague Justin, to help to facilitate this session. Just for your information, we are actually live on Facebook and also Zoom. Okay. Before I introduce my guest tonight, I just want to say that there won't be any selling during tonight's seminar. It is mainly for financial education purpose. All right. So let's get started. So in celebration of International Women's Day, which was just happened yesterday, 8th of March, it is in fact a global day celebrating the social, the economic, the cultural, and the political achievement of women. This year, our hearts and thoughts are with all women and children who are now suffering and affected from the war in Ukraine. We really honor all these courageous women who are protecting their loved ones through this difficult time. Tonight's session is all about women in finance, investing for women. But I can't help but to ask my colleague this question. Hi, Justin. Could you just help me to understand that I quite like this catchy tagline. You know, the girls just want to have fun with a big dollar sign. Did you came out with this?
We incorporated so Vincent, we incorporated the very famous song from Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, using it as a pun for this title. Yeah, we thought it was quite fit.
Yeah, remind me of all the old memories. Okay, while financial planning is really gender neutral, there is much that women can do to improve their investment. Survey has still shown that women are less active investors than men. Do you all agree, our dear audience? So I guess it is a very timely opportunity to address these important money matters. We're trying to empower women to take charge of their finances, trying to create awareness for being financial well-being. Okay, today I'm very proud to introduce three of our beautiful panelists who are very remarkable women in finance. We'll be hearing from them what is the crucial for women to take control of their personal finances and the important money tips for women to achieve financial wellness. Today we have guest speaker Claudia Tan, Christina Lim, and Me Ling. Hello everyone, hope you guys are well.
Hello.
Okay, well, can I just get started with Claudia. Hi Claudia.
Hey, hello, hi.
Okay, just a bit of Claudia. Claudia has been over 17 years of experience in the financial advisory industry. She has been dedicating her life in helping customers in financial planning. She is also a trust and estate planning practitioner, helping her clients to look beyond legacy planning. But of course, outside her work, Claudia is also a yogi. She has been practicing yoga for 20 years. Wow. To her, yoga is a wonderful exercise to help her calm her mind, reduces stress, and also improving quality of sleep. Claudia, would you like to share a few words?
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's sessions, and thanks, Vincent, for introducing me. Yes, I am a yogi. I do yoga. I am also a mother of 3 adult children, but sometimes I feel like I have 4 children. The number 4 child is actually my husband, because sometimes he also wants a lot of attention. I wear multiple hats. Over to you, Vincent.
Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing. That's a very quick introduction. Okay, next we have Christina. Hi, Christina.
Hi everyone.
Hey. Hello.
A very good evening to all.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 2 grown-up children, and I was previously a school teacher, and my hobbies are going to do outdoor activities. As you can see from my background, I love the mountains, and in my younger days, we did trekking in the mountains in Nepal and India.
Yeah.
That's for
So
now.
for the audience, Christina is an educator in nature. She's a very strong advocate of the importance of insurance planning, and she's very passionate about helping families with their insurance and protection needs. You know, as what Christina mentioned, she's a mother of 2 young adults. She is also a very strong believer of lifelong learning, and she was certified as an associate estate planning practitioner in year 2020. This also gives her more scope to help family with estate planning.
Thanks,
So,
Vincent.
yeah. Last but not least, let's welcome Me Ling. Hello, Me Ling.
Hello.
Hi. Me Ling is the deputy head of partnership department in Phillip Securities, where she drives business and also supports the recruitment of financial advisory consultant and trading representative. She has more than 10 years of experience in the financial industry. She's very experienced and knowledgeable, and she will be sharing the world of financial services. Me Ling, would you like to add on to share a bit more with the audience?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Nice having all of you here tonight. And also a big thank you to everyone and to marketing team for organizing today's sharing session also. Okay. For me, 10 years in the financial industry, one investment concept that I always love to share with investors is the power of compound interest. Albert Einstein once said that the most powerful force in the universe is the power of compound interest. I was a science student, so this statement means a lot to me. I was very interested to find out more when I first heard about it in my first year in NTU. So the more I Google, the more I love the concept of investment and financial planning. So that's why I moved from science to finance, and I've been, sharing the same concept. Hopefully I can share more later, same concept with my juniors and our clients too.
Yeah, thanks, Me Ling. Really looking forward for 3 of you to share a lot more with our audience about financial well-being. All right, that's the introduction of our special guest tonight. Before we get started at this juncture, I would like to invite Justin to come in to help to do a little poll. Hi, Justin.
Hi, okay,
Yeah,
we'll
to you,
launch
thanks.
the poll. So I know whether I'm not sure if you guys can take a look. The poll is up already. So our poll question for tonight, right, is: do you think women are less in control of their personal finances than men? So a lot of answers coming in. So we'll give you all maybe 1 minute to put in your answers so we can get to know you guys a little better. Yeah. For 50, we have half of them who participated already. A little bit more.
Yeah, Justin, this article just came out, I think 3 days ago. It's very interesting and then really address the current situation of our women and having to have the knowledge to invest. So I thought this article came in, it's also very timely for us to share a lot more about financial literacy and wealth management to the audience here.
Okay, so we got around 70% who who gave in your answers. Thank you for your answers for those who gave us. We have very similar to the article actually. Most majority answered no, that they do not think that women are actually less in control of their personal finances than men. Is that true? Maybe we can hear more from our financial specialists tonight. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Justin, for the quick poll. Okay, for tonight's hold on a sec. Okay, for tonight's seminar, we will be addressing the importance of a woman's financial well-being. For the audience, please feel free to type in your question along the way, and we shall have it pick it up at the end in our Q&A session. Okay, as you can see from the screen, right? Let's get started. Okay, ladies, are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the question is, why is it crucial for women to be in control of their personal financial? So the key word is crucial, and also in control. Yeah, maybe I could call upon Claudia to start first.
Okay, thanks, Vincent. Okay, the words highlighted words in control of personal
Yeah.
finances or personal wealth to me. I agree that this is crucial, especially for women. I believe some of you here are just like me. Every day we play many different roles and we have to make many different decisions on many issues, be it at work or at home. We are already managing and in control of many things in life. How about our finances? Are we financially independent? Most of the issues that we are dealing in life nowadays involve money. These include our current lifestyle, medical needs, and all the way to retirement. So to me, financial independence is empowering. Women who are financially independent are often in a better position to negotiate for themselves and their families. So by taking charge of your own finances, you are taking charge of your life. This is how I feel. Isn't this wonderful?
Oh yeah, thanks for sharing it. What about Christina? Yeah, as an educator, what's your take on this?
Yes, it's crucial because, you know, from my perspective as a working mother, I find that sometimes my plate is quite full, you know, trying to balance home, work, and even community stuff, you know, and the reason why we need to do this is that, you know, it's only practical and logical that women should keep abreast of all the financial matters, ranging from personal finances, financial matters of the home, you know, utilities, bills, medical, funding of children's education, planning for retirement, and the final leg of estate planning.
Wow, I think you are very experienced. Really looking forward to hear a lot more from you about estate planning if there is any changes. Okay, what about Me Ling? Are you there? Would you like to share a bit?
Yes. Okay. So for me, I think a woman is very often an important pillar in the family. So you can be the daughter in the family, helping or advising your parents with finance, or you can be a mother who function as, I would say, a minister of finance at home. So it is important certainly for us to know the basic fundamental concept of money management, just to ensure that we are able to manage the family finance, such as cash flow management, control family expenses, and planning children educations, for example, and also for our own retirement. So it is important that we are well equipped with the fundamental knowledge to manage and also to advise our family members on financial planning.
Yeah, thanks, Me Ling. I like what you say about Ministry of Finance in the home. Well, I think a lot of women out there would like to know that how to be knowledgeable to manage wealth. Okay, thank you so much for the sharing. Okay, moving on to the next question. Justin? Okay, do women generally dedicate most of the time taking care for their families, spend less time caring for their financial well-being? I guess there are many challenges in today's women, what they are facing, and how are they going to manage all these challenges? Perhaps I could get Christina to start first on this.
Thanks, Vincent. I guess many of us in the audience belong to the sandwich generation. You know, we face many challenges managing our finances. The challenges range from managing the finances of our elderly parents, and in some instances, even our parents-in-law's needs, like helping them to get a new live-in domestic helper. I remember doing all that. And to budgeting for family expenses, family holidays, children's extracurricular activities like swimming, dance, violin, piano, etc. You know, on the basis of all this, then we have to stay relevant and to stay on top of things. So these are the challenges that women face.
Thanks for sharing. I guess with all these years of experience that you have been serving all your customers, most of the time, these are the real situation that they would need to seek advice on how to really managing all these challenges. What about Me Ling yourself?
For me, I believe to many working mothers and professional ladies out there, time can be the most challenging factor. So while we spend most of our waking hours, at least for me, at work, so but we need to take care of our family too. So you might not have a lot of time left for you to really sit down, look at your financial planning, plan your finance, or managing and reviewing your investment portfolio, or particularly on a regular basis, because you have investment, probably you need to monitor regularly, rebalance your portfolio regularly. So I personally think that professional help from the experts, from financial planner, can be very useful. So instead of you comparing different plans from different companies, or picking stocks, or you're managing your portfolios, monitoring the news and economic indicators because they change on a regular basis, getting an expert to help you to do the job for you can be more effective, in my opinion, and to ensure your financial planning and investment portfolios are well taken care of.
That's
How
true.
Yeah, how about Claudia? What do you think?
Oh no, I fully agree with you. Now, statistically, women live longer than men. That simply means that we have longer retirement horizon and may need to spend more money. So to counter this, we need to work harder and save more. Now, every one of us have 24 hours a day. The world is very fair. But after minusing our sleeping time, we left about maybe 16 to 18 hours to deal with our daily routine, which many people already feel that the time is not enough. So to me, this is the biggest challenge because we tend to ignore issues that we think does not require immediate attention. We look at our daily routine, prioritize them accordingly, but somehow most of us don't spend much time analyzing and plan out our finances. What will happen to our money 10, 20 years later? Do I have enough money to last my retirement age? This sort of concerns. So if you were to think deeply and look at it carefully, we should start planning as early as possible, especially for finance-related matter. We always heard people talk about financial freedom, and it's so important. That is because we can't possibly live freely without financial freedom. So no matter how busy you are, I urge everyone to spend some time, think about it, and talk to your financial planner to better understand your current status and work out some plans to address it. Over to you, Vincent.
Thanks, Claudia, Christina, Me Ling, sharing all these challenges is very relatable in our today's society. Yeah, especially when you share about your personal story and experience. Well, I guess I'm sure the audience can relate to it. I think especially the working moms, they'll probably face with much more challenges in life, trying their very best to take care of their families and also trying to achieve work-life balance, right? So, okay, just a gentle reminder to all the audience here. As we go through all these conversation with the speaker, you come across any questions that you like us to address, or you like to seek any help from the speakers, do type into the chat box so that later on Justin and myself will pick it up during our Q&A session. Okay, well, moving on to the next question, shall we? Okay, well, we may often hear this saying before: a man is not a financial plan. Women need to take charge of their own financial planning. Could you all share with us what are the important strategies women can adopt when it comes to financial planning? Maybe Claudia, would you like to start first?
Sure. Thanks, Vincent. There are various financial strategies women can adopt, all the way from simple savings plan to investment. Many of my clients invested their money, and at the same time, they also took up savings plans where their capital is preserved. Doing so is to balance up their overall financial portfolio. Investment will help them achieve higher return, and whereas savings plan will provide them expected perpetual income, since the return in savings plan are predetermined. But which is the best strategy? To me, the best strategy is the strategy that suits you the most. So before we recommend any plan, we have to firstly identify our financial goal or objective. For example, if I'm planning for retirement, I have to firstly identify my retirement objective. What is my retirement age? How much retirement fund I need? Do I have sufficient insurance coverage? Or who will look after me in the event I lost my mental capacity? Now, mental capacity is a serious concern nowadays. Yeah? So we need to identify this list of concern and thereafter find a suitable solution to address it. We cannot just look at one side. For example, you just want to achieve retirement income, but ignore your medical coverage. Now, medical bill is very expensive nowadays. So once we identify our objective and put in place a suitable financial plan, we can review it and make sure we are on the right track. Yeah. How about you, Christina? What do you think?
Thanks, Claudia. Yes, the important strategies would be to first address your protection needs and then move on to wealth accumulation. Financial planning is a lifelong journey. You need a lot of discipline to carry this through. Do a regular annual review, or better still, do a review every 6 months. We go for a health checkup. We should also do our financial health checks. Take small steps. Take action to plug any gaps in your financial portfolio. As your income increases, be sure to increase your critical illness cover, because critical illness cover is income replacement in the event that you have a major critical illness. So how much should you take? You should have at least 5 to 10 times of your annual income. For example, if your annual income is 100,000, you will need a critical illness cover of 500,000 or up to 1 million. Should there be a claim on critical illness, the lump sum will be paid out, and then this can be used as income replacement to tide you over for the next 5 to 10 years while you recuperate, while you go for your checkups and treatment. It's a very long process to get back on the road to recovery. I have seen this in people that I know, even my own sister. Yeah, what about you, Me Ling? Would you like to share?
Yeah, agree with Claudia and Christina. Talk about objective, and Christina talk about risk control, protection as well. Similarly, I don't think we need to know everything in a finance dictionary per se to really start financial planning. I always share with my colleagues and some of our new financial advisors as well about a simple strategy called HERO, HERO. Simple to remember and also simple to understand. So H start with, the H stands for horizon. We need to define our investment horizon. In the context of retirement, for example, we will need to decide when do you want to retire. So there's your investment horizon. So E stands for experience. There are many investment vehicles out there. So what are your investment experiences? What investment tools have you tried before? Have you used before? You have used warrants before, CFD before? What are investment tool, high risk, low risk? Talk to your advisors about your experience. Then R stands for risk appetite. Know your risk appetite and select tools that can manage your risk, the investment risk. So to ensure that you can sleep peacefully at night, only invest in products that are in line with your risk profile. For O stands for objective. So what are your investment objectives or your financial goals? It can be protection, retirement, for education, housing. It'll be easier to plan, at least you will have an end in mind before we start. So you can use some of the tools such as our newly launched Finance Bit that's available in our Points website to find out more, and also to talk to your financial advisor, or you can talk to Claudia, Christina, you can talk to us to understand better. Financial advisor can also help you to identify your investment goals, help you to prescribe some potential solutions to close the gaps in achieving your financial goals and objectives also.
Thanks, Me Ling. Well, there are really a lot of information that you all have just shared. Especially Me Ling, your this HERO is really easy to remember. Horizon, experience, risk, objective. Well, I think these are very applicable, right? When you talk about starting to invest, this is probably the kind of question you will ask yourself, before you proceed on to any sort of investment. Well, I hope that the audience can pick up some things from them. Anyway, we will show the audience all the speakers' contact details later on for audience to follow up. Okay, next question. Well, all of you speakers have many years of experience in the finance industry as financial advisor. And I'm sure some of the audience here may be thinking of joining the finance industry, whether they are young, new entrants to the market, or someone looking for a mid-career switch, or someone that are considering re-entering into the industry. Could you all share with us what are the key important factors to consider? Anyone would like to share? Christina or Claudia or Me Ling? Free for all.
Okay, I can go. Because when I joined this industry, it was from a prompting of a friend. When she was diagnosed with cancer, she didn't have any coverage at all. So for me, the key factor would be, what's your objective and what's your purpose in joining, and that's important to consider. And for myself, from becoming, from being employed as a school teacher with a regular income to becoming self-employed, I suddenly felt that, I have so much flexibility in this job, but, there's a trade-off. You need a lot of discipline. You need to work and be very driven because you are your own boss. That's my takeaway for that part to consider if you want to join. Yeah.
Agree with Christina. Yeah, flexibility is an important key as a financial advisor. So, and then Christina, this motivation and discipline are also important. I think motivation and discipline are key factors, not just for financial advisor. It's also key factor for almost every aspect of our life too. So to me, personally, I felt accomplished when, for example, when I was in the PIC Phillip Investor Centers. We have uncle, auntie investors who work into investor center originally with a portfolio full of high risk or penny stocks, for example. They will ask us, what to do when there's any corporate action. Corporate action, they will never understand, such as your rights come warrant, with expiry date, rights come right and come warrants again. Some of you might have heard about this before. But a few months later, after the uncle aunties become our clients, open account with us, right? A few sessions of financial planning with us. Their portfolio consists subsequently more of stable blue chips, more of diversified portfolio, more balanced asset classes, more of risk protected portfolio. And I feel happy that I was able to contribute in this way, by rebalancing the portfolio. At the same time, helping to live their financial literacy too. But in terms of financial planning, I think it is also very important, this factor about your willingness to serve and to help your client. Why is that? So I believe your clients will be able to sense if you are really genuinely willing to help them to plan their finances, to solve their issues, to create a portfolio, to help them, to advise them on how to rebalance a portfolio, for example. So for those who are interested, to find out more, you can talk to us about a career in the financial industry.
Yeah.
Thanks, Me Ling. How about Claudia? Yeah.
Yes, agree, Me Ling, agree with Christina. Now, for me, very often I tell many people, my friends, my relative, this is a wonderful career for me because I am offering valuable advice to my client, not only helping them turning their financial dreams into reality, I also help them look beyond their current generation, plan for their children and even up to their grandchildren. So on top of this, the knowledge and exposure I gained from this industry, besides enable me to better handle my own finances, it also create a good bonding between me and my children. Our topic of conversation nowadays it become wider, and my children like to seek my advice since I'm a professional. I have flexible working hour and I can adjust my time to suit their schedule because kids nowadays, they are more busy than us. And by joining this industry, you will become a sole proprietor. As what Christina had mentioned, you will become your own boss. So you have to manage your own time and build your own business. In short, be very disciplined. But so long as you enjoy financial management, enjoy talking to people, share as much as you can, you will certainly enjoy this career. But of course, this area of work requires some financial skill and knowledge, which we will certainly provide some training. And just a key point to highlight, as a professional, we have to constantly upgrade ourselves and maintain our professional competency so that we can provide quality service to our client at all times. In fact, this is very important to any trade you are dealing with, be it you are an accountant or engineer. I believe, everyone have to keep up to make sure we are up to date. This is a career that brings me income and flexible working hour. It is also a career of pride. My team, I have a team, okay? We take ownership and pride in everything we do. And our client can trust us to do the right thing. So I welcome anyone that share the same thought and same spirit to join me in this industry. Over to you, Vincent.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I guess this industry really need a lot of guidance and mentorship. You, Me Ling, Christina, I believe you guys will be the best mentor to provide the guidance of how to enter into this industry. Okay, so before we move on to our Q&A session, we welcome you to connect with us at PhillipCapital or contact any of our lovely speakers tonight, the financial specialists. They are very active in social media. And one is important is that they are always very generous in sharing valuable financial tips and offer solution to their customer and followers. Okay, just connect with them. They'll be helpful to guide you along. Okay, well, not only that, they are also growing their team as what Claudia had just mentioned, and I believe they are more than happy to welcome like-minded individuals to join them. Is it correct, Claudia, Christina, or Me Ling?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Yeah. Okay. So, for those audience who enjoy our seminar and would like to stay connected with us and perhaps to receive more updates, please give us a like on our Facebook page. You can see from the screen, right? Yep. We are at this facebook.com Phillip Wealth Advisory. Okay, like us, and so that we are able to promote a lot more of such topics and to provide more information about financial literacy, financial well-being, and to serve the community. Okay, so right now, let us get on with the Q&A session. Well, back to you, Justin, for this session. Do you have any questions for our three beautiful ladies?
Yes, okay, we do have some questions. Let me just read out the first one. So we have a question for Claudia. What is financial certainty and how does one achieve that? Yeah, Claudia, you want to take this question? Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Justin. Financial certainty. Okay, personally, this is a form of financial assurance which I want to achieve. It requires a lot of planning to take place in order to ensure the wanted financial outcome. I believe all of us has financial dream, all the way from buying something that we like, going for a luxury holiday, or have a comfortable retirement. If so, how to ensure that your financial dreams are possible? we have to firstly identify our financial goal. Example, maybe create a stream of monthly income of maybe 3,000 a month from age 60 to maybe age 90. But this is not enough. Inflation aside, while having the monthly income, we also have to prepare some money for medical needs. The best way to take care of medical expenses is, of course, to transfer the risk to insurer, meaning buy insurance policy. Because we can estimate insurance premium, but we cannot estimate the medical expenses. So in order to have financial certainty, we also must ensure the potential expenses is being addressed. Otherwise, our wealth may be eroded by the expensive medical bill or any unforeseen event. Yeah, over to you, Justin.
Okay, thanks, Claudia, for answering that question. We have a question for Me Ling. Yeah, Me Ling, you mentioned about the power of compound interest. Could you share more? I don't really understand. Yeah, Me Ling, you want to? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very important investment concept, and to me, that is the reason why we need investment or we need financial planning, because of the power of compound interest that is linked to inflation as well. So compound interest is actually a simple concept explaining time value of money. So you can just Google and you probably understand the rules. And if you Google, you might be able to see Rule 72 also. So I always talk about Rule 72 if it is a seminar webinar, because I conduct a lot of seminars at investor centers. Start to understand from Rule 72. So what is Rule 72? Okay, in Rule 72, it says that if you take the number 72, divide by the number percentage of interest rate that you are earning from your investment, you derive the number of years your investment is going to double. So what does it mean? It means if you have 10,000, for example, in your savings account, and you are earning 1% interest rate per year, and you reinvest again or in your fixed deposit with this 1%, then you use that 72 divided by 1, you get 72. Your 10,000 will be double after 72 years. But what if you get slightly higher? You get 2%, just 1% higher only. So you use 72 divided by 2, you get 36. So your 10,000 savings amount will be doubled in 36 years instead of 72 years. Can you see? You have just saved 36 years of your life with just extra 1% interest rate. It can be that powerful. And we can ask ourselves how many 36 years we have. So that's why important of us to learn about financial planning.
Yeah, maybe I can see the conviction in your eyes about compounding. That's very good.
Why if you get higher percentage, 3, 4, 5%? Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Millie. We have a question from Dewi. Thanks, Dewi, for your question. There are so many considerations for financial planning. How do I get started and how do I prioritize as a working mother? I think maybe Christina, you want to start off and you want to take this question? Or any of
Thanks for that question, Dewi. Yes, yes, to start off, the baby steps that I mentioned, do a thorough personal financial review where you list down what you have already in terms of coverage, in terms of savings, list all that down and then look at what gaps you have. Remember I said plug the gaps, right? So if there's a shortage of critical illness coverage, if you don't have 5 times of your annual income for that coverage, yeah, then increase your critical illness coverage. Or other aspects to look at, look also into whether you have personal accident policy, whether you have long-term care insurance. We've been talking about mental incapacity, or what if it's loss of use of, if you cannot perform 3 activities, that's long-term care, right? So, take those steps and take action to implement one plan at a time, right? I hope that helps, Dewi.
Okay, we have a question from Jolene. Thanks, Jolene, for your question. For a newbie in investment planning, how should we start? I think, Claudia, do you want to take this question? Yeah.
Sure. Thanks, Julian, for asking this question. As a new investor, first of all, I think the most practical things to look at is you have to ask yourself how much, that you have as a spare cash, and how much and how long can you stay invested? Because everyone knows that investment involves risk. So while we want to tackle one area, it involves risk. We have to ask ourselves, do you have the comfortable investment horizon? While Me Ling talk about rule of 72, which I love to, but not all investment at every single year give you these sorts of returns. So one important point, like I say, is that you have to stomach the risk, meaning you must have certain investment horizon that you can endure. So Me Ling just now share about hero. The first thing that she talked about is horizon. Yeah. So once you identify the amount of money that you can spare for investment, then identify the type of risk, how much risk that you can stomach. For example, if the market suddenly fluctuate and then your investment portfolio drop by 50%, are you all right with it? And then look at it, discuss with your financial advisor all these details, and then I'm sure the financial advisor will work out a suitable plan for you. If you are a low risk taker, then let's look at something which is more comfortable, something that you can handle. Yeah, rather than straight away just look at high risk, high return kind of thing, which may not be suitable sometimes. Yeah, thanks. I hope my answer helps, Jolene.
Thanks, Claudia. We have another question. Maybe Claudia is a bit along to what you said. Investing has no capital guarantee. What's your strategy when investing? I think just now Claudia mentioned a bit. Look at high risk, look at low risk. But this, she also ends up with this question: what can we invest in with PhillipCapital? Yeah, maybe anyone want to? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Me Ling, I'll let you take this question.
Yeah, maybe I can take these questions. Yeah. By the way, the word no capital guarantee may not apply to all investment products, because we do have a capital guarantee product. You can talk to us. But generally, if you talk about investing, right, because you asked about our strategies. So in my opinion, instead of single product, look at a wide range of asset classes, diversify the risk. When I say diversify the risk, it's not just diversify in terms of geography, risk, in terms of portfolio, is more of the products as well. Because let's say you put all your investment in equities, and if anything happened to the stock market, then the whole portfolio might suffer. So diversify in terms of different asset classes, products. Like, for example, not just in equities, might look at commodities, and the rest of the products include your protection needs as well. So it's more of diversifying all your investment. Don't put all your eggs into one basket, the type of strategy. So there are many products you can invest in. For your second question, and with PhillipCapital, we offer a wide range of financial services, a range of financial products. Yeah, so you can talk to us, Claudia, Christina, me, to find out more. I hope they answer your question.
Thanks, Me Ling. Another anonymous attendee would like to know, what can we invest in for a time horizon of 3 to 5 years?
A lot of chances, right, Claudia?
Okay, for 3 to 5 years, personally, I think that this investment horizon is not really very long. Okay, if talking about 3 to 5 years only, usually we suggest go for mixed asset investment, whereby the risk is much lower, and then try to look at geographical area which is global wise, so that the risk is well spread. rather than just focus in a single country. So there are many mixed asset products that's available out there in the market. And this will actually help you, like for example, unit trust. Okay, it can help you to pare down the risk and then at the same time give you decent return. When I say decent return, it can range between 4% a year, 3% to 4% a year. Yeah, even though there are a lot of investment product in the market. So while only looking at investment, sometimes I would suggest that if your investment horizon is only 3 to 5 years, perhaps you may want to split part of your money, maybe go for some guaranteed return kind, which is maybe 30% or 40% into it, so that will actually reduce the if anything to add on,
Probably you can also
Christina?
try some dividend paying funds, Yeah, I guess that's my take.
Thank
If your
you,
risk
thank
appetite
you.
is not so high, yeah.
Okay, we have this one maybe not a question, but more of a comment from Tan Kwan. Thank you for your comment. He mentions this that women is more careful than men for sure. I don't know if our panelists would agree with that. What do you all think? Is it true that women are more careful than men, or when it comes to personal finances? Yeah.
I guess this statement is quite true in some sense, because the women has to juggle many things, because usually when we talk about money, the first thing that comes to our head is our family member. Yeah, so we want to make sure that whatever money that we have, we don't want to lose it one shot. We must make sure that this pool of money is there to support our family member in case of emergency. So with that, usually women tends to think a lot more, not just themselves, but because their family member. So usually with that much of consideration, that tends to be more careful and like to find out more first before they really just go for investment straight away like that. Yeah.
Agree with Claudia. Based on personal experience, our ladies clients, they tend to be more careful. They want financial products of lower risk compared to men who prefer higher risk and higher return. But of course, it depends. Personally, I prefer slightly higher risk, but of course, a portion of my investment would be more of a really low risk, but a certain percentage I'm all right to expose to slightly higher risk type of investment. So I guess personal choice too.
Yeah, maybe just to add, I think women also tend to want to plan further ahead, like for instance, for my 2 children, I got them to do their lasting power of attorney, even though they're not even like 30 yet, because I wanted them to understand more that, what it takes if you're asked to be a donee, so that they don't just take it too lightly, A donee is a very heavy responsibility. Yeah. So after they went through the whole process of how to do their lasting power of attorney, I think the next step I want to get them to do would be to also look into maybe even drafting their wills. Yeah. Just to get things in order, in place, right? Thanks.
Thank you, Christina. How about you, Vincent? What do you think? Do you think that women are more careful than men for sure?
Yeah, I guess it's good to be careful, when talk about finances, investment, right? So nevertheless, when we talk about careful, it comes with knowledge, as what Christina has been a great advocate of lifelong learning. So be it a financial practitioner or even an investing public, I think everybody has their own personal responsibility to know what they are investing in, right? Rather than just carried away by all these news and all this influence from anywhere. Yeah, that's my take, Justin.
Okay, thanks, Vincent. Okay, I think that we have come to the end of the Q&A section. Thanks you guys for your questions, and thanks to our panelists for answering them. Maybe Vincent, we can carry on with yeah, with the next item.
Sure. Well, it has been quite a pleasure listening to three of you guys talking tonight, man. I personally also learned quite a bit from three of you, especially Hero and all this, Power of Attorney, and then Claudia, and with all this investment strategy. So of course, like at this juncture, I would also welcome feedback on what kind of topic do you as audience would like to hear from us for our next Ask Me Anything series. Because your input is very helpful as we really strongly believe in financial education so that we can better plan and make informed financial decisions. So now let's have our panelists to wrap up by giving the audience two key takeaways from your own personal experience on being a woman in the finance industry. Who would like to start first?
Maybe I will take this first.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so two key takeaway from Claudia. So number one, be disciplined of your time. We have to spend time to look at our finances and decide how you want your money to work for you. Not enough time is not an excuse if you want to take control of your personal finances. You can start this by discussing with your financial consultant, work out a plan, and thereafter review it every 6 months. The second key takeaway is treat yourself well. We have to love ourselves. Self-care is very important. You have to recognize how valuable you are. I always believe with healthy mind, healthy body, plus healthy finances, you will become a Wonder Woman. How about you, Christina?
Yeah, yes. For me, finance is at the heart of every aspect of our lives. Whether you want to do charity, you want to do good, you still need finance. And whether we work from home or we're doing jobs at any other job otherwise, or whether our children are going to study locally, or whether the course they want to study is not available in Singapore, they have to go overseas for it. We need to help ourselves and our families to build their savings and to have the essential protection plans so that should there be any disruptions, whether it's a critical illness or a dreaded event like loss of mental capacity, their finances will be manageable. With rising inflation and the high cost of living, we need to make our money work harder so as to beat inflation. A woman in finance can offer some of these solutions, and she can walk you through all these. So, take baby steps and start planning. How about you, Me Ling?
Yeah, good point. Take care of ourselves also. Yeah, for me, I think in terms of financial planning, right? The takeaway, I believe we have to kill our ignorance. So in financial planning and cash flow management, if this concept is something new to you, you can start taking action. Like what Christina mentioned just now. Talk to your advisor, talk to the experts. Attend courses like what you are doing currently. Google, YouTube, search at YouTube, or talk to us. So, for the fact that all of you are here attending this webinar, it means, and some of you might be attending regular webinars on a regular basis. So very good to keep yourself updated all the time. If we don't know, like for example, we don't know what is cryptocurrency, NFT, we don't know what is investment, high risk products, unit trust, ETF, Google, and of course, take action to learn. So as the finance minister at home, let's say if you are not, your husband is a finance minister at home, you'll be the deputy finance minister. So either finance minister or deputy finance minister at home, we have to start taking control of our personal and family finance. Yeah, that's my takeaway.
Wow. Ladies, thank you very much for all your key takeaway. And I hope that today is not only two, maybe many takeaways from me. So, okay, all right. We have come to the end of today's session. As we promised, today's session is, I think, from 8 to 9. We are quite punctual on that. Okay, hi, Justin. Yes, thanks for showing our speakers' contact details again for the audience. Yeah, for those audience who really keen to follow up with certain burning question that you may have, or would like to get in touch with our advisor to really start off with this journey of financial planning, or those who would like to join us to be part of this Phillip family to provide financial literacy as a financial advisor to your friends, your loved one, your customer, please contact. Take your phone and scan through all this QR code. Inside, you will be able to see all the personal profile of our speakers, and from there you understand what are their expertise, and how they can provide different products or financial services to the investing public. Okay, so I would like to thank our three remarkable speakers for sharing tonight's session. It's very interesting. And also a big thank you to everyone who has stayed tuned with us so far. Do join us for our next Ask Me Anything episode. Now, we hope to see you again and contribute to the investing community. We see you, and you have a good night, everyone. Thumbs up.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.